Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't hit like and subscribe, please do if you enjoy the content. Well, today I wanted to share something with you. In this little black bag, it's full of surprises. But before we get to, you see on what's on here, A380. Okay, so I'll just tell you a little story first. And some years ago, when I lived in Singapore, I used to fly out of a airport up in Johor Bahru across the border in Malaysia called Senai. In fact, at the time I had to redo all my flight exams and actually got a Malaysian PPL, which I still have in my flight bag today, along with my others. But anyways, one day I was up there flying, and it was just when Singapore Airlines had taken delivery of their first A380s. And I was in a Cessna 172 and out over Johor, and the air traffic controllers called me up and they said, please return immediately to the airport. We need to vacate the area for Singapore Airlines, because Singapore Airlines were actually using, I think they probably still do today, but they were using Senai as a training airport, because the problem when we were flying in Singapore itself, it's just so restricted, with the airspace. There's 2 airports, there's a military base, blah blah blah. So a lot of people would go up to, we just go up north into Malaysia, etc. But anyways, this particular day, they called me up, so I headed on back, and as I approached into the circuit, I could see this aircraft on the horizon, and it was, it looked massive, and I thought, my goodness. And then the air traffic controlled me. They said, please speed up. Well, I was going as fast as I could. I got onto final, and I could see this thing was gaining on me. So then they told me, they said, as soon as you land, expedite as quick as you can. So I got this massive, great big long runway, and I basically full speed along until I found my taxiway. I turned off the taxiway, and then I flipped the plane straight around so I could watch this A380 coming in, and then I realized what it was. It was the A380, and there I was, in the little Cessna, and you could see this massive plane. It was just so majestic the way it was coming in to do touch and go on its training flights, and so I was sat there, and as it came down, I felt like an ant as this beautiful plane just came on down and touch and go. And anyway, so fast track forward, not too long after that, I took the maiden flight of the A380 to London Heathrow, from Singapore to London Heathrow. And I was actually going to see my father at the time, who was very ill, and he actually passed away after that visit. But it was an amazing flight, because it was the first, actually the first flight had been on the A380 was to Tokyo Narita from Singapore, but the first flight to Europe was the one that I took, and so it was an amazing flight, and they gave us all one of these. Look, you see this here, it says first to fly the A380, first to Europe that was, and the flight was, there was champagne flowing, there was water cannon as we departed, and when we landed at Heathrow it was the same, and there was an orchestra playing on board, the champagne was flowing. It was a wonderful flight. Anyway, so I'll show you what's in this bag of surprises. There was a whole bunch of souvenirs. So this is from Rolls-Royce, actually, because they were using the Trent 900 engines on the A380. It's a little souvenir from Rolls-Royce, which is I can't remember what it is. Oh, it's a set of pens. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? A set of pens with Rolls-Royce logo on them, all still in mint condition, never used. I reckon this thing's probably going to be valuable someday. What else have we got in here in this bag of tricks? We've got a model, world's first a model here, still in the plastic, not opened, of an A380. Here we go, the date was the 18th of March 2008. World's first A380 flight from Singapore to London, SQ308. We just keep going on and on. Gets more interesting in a minute. A couple of other things. There's this is a little bag with compliments in line with recent guidelines set by blah 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 blah. Oh look, even back in those days you had to start putting liquids in a bag, so they give you a little bag here where you can put your liquids in. A couple of more things here, little small things. I think the best is yet to come actually. So this here is, what is this? Oh, some baggage tags, again embossed with the details of the flight and the date. And here, what is this? Oh, a little padlock, combination lock. Now it gets really interesting. This beautiful little booklet with all the information on the flight. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And what it was like inside. So a promotional booklet for the A380, all the specs in the back of it. And this here, every passenger got a personalized first day cover of stamps from Singapore Post. What have we got here? It's in there somewhere. Oh, well, here. Look at this. Look, there's some stamps. Actually legal stamps with my photograph on. Again, with all the same information. Wow, I've not opened this for a long time. It's amazing. And a signed certificate from the captain, who was Captain Gerard Yip. He's long retired now, captain in command of the SQ 308, Singapore Airlines. My name here, travelled Singapore Airlines inaugural Singapore-London flight, blah blah blah. Oh look, what's this? We've got even got the menu. I was in economy. Unfortunately I wasn't business, but the service was great. So here was the menu of the day. Yep, and a personalised letter here, signed by the president of marketing. What else have we got in here? Anything else? Oh yeah, what else? Oh, we've got some little postcards there as well. So yeah, that was a very memorable flight. First maiden flight from the SQ A380, and that little story about my close encounter with the A380. I don't know if you've flown on it, but it's they are a beautiful piece of engineering. One of the unique things about the A380 is the pressurization system in the plane puts it at, if I remember this correctly, it's about, you're about 5,000 feet, I think. It's equivalent to being 5,000 feet, where in other aircraft like the Boeing 777, etc., it's akin to being at 8,000 feet. So what that correlates to is by the time you arrive after these long haul flights, you feel a lot more refreshed on being on an A380. But sadly, the A380s, I think they're very complex aeroplanes to maintain. They're expensive to operate. So, you know, airlines like Emirates have fully utilised them on their sector routes. But for some of the other airlines, they've not become economically viable, and they're veering away to a different business model now, where they're using highly efficient, smaller aircraft and put more of them on, and also going to different routes and different airports now, which are opening up, rather than, you know, hubbing everything on an A380 to one main airport and then putting people onto other airlines, etc. So anyways, that was that. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and once again, a plug for our main sponsor, ghwsupplement.com. Have a look at the website, put in the word FAITH for a 10% discount. They ship unique health and wellness supplements from down here in New Zealand, manufactured here in New Zealand. There's some great new products now available. So anyways, see you again next time. Bye.